All right, let's jump right in. Today we're talking about that special something, that secret sauce that takes a pretty good tour and makes it absolutely unforgettable. And believe it or not, it all comes down to mastering the script.
I want you to think for a second. Think about the best tour you've ever been on. What was it that made it so great? Was it just a list of facts and dates? Or was it something more? Was it the way the story was told that just pulled you in? That's the real question, isn't it?
You guessed it, the secret almost every single time is in the script. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. So today, we're going to break down the formula for a killer script. And we're going to use some amazing real-world examples from the beautiful city of Tainan to show you how it's done. Okay, first things first, the welcome. You know what they say, right? First impressions are everything. You've got like 10 seconds tops to grab your audience's attention. It all starts with a powerful opening line, the hook. So check this out. One of the easiest ways to do this is to give the place an amazing nickname. Calling the Sikao Green Tunnel the mini Amazon of Taiwan? Boom. Instantly, it's not just a boat ride down a canal, it's an adventure. You're painting this incredible picture in their minds before they've even seen it. Or how about this, using a powerful comparison? When you call the Chaimi Museum the Louvre of Taiwan, you're immediately setting the scene. You're borrowing all the prestige and grandeur of one of the most famous museums in the world to signal, hey, pay attention, this place is a big deal. Now this one's my favorite. You can create a little mystery, a little conflict. Using a word like wrestle completely changes the game. It's not just an old building with some trees. No way. It's an epic, ongoing battle between nature and man. And right away, your audience is thinking, who's winning? So you see the pattern here, right? It's a formula. You can give a place a cool nickname, compare it to something famous, create a sense of drama or mystery, or even just promise a one-of-a-kind experience. Use these and you'll have your audience hooked from the very first sentence.
Okay, so you've grabbed their attention. Awesome. Now, how do you keep it? Well, this is where the real magic happens. You gotta turn those dry, boring facts into stories that actually stick. This is pillar number 2, weaving a compelling story.
Look, anybody can just say, this wall is 400 years old. Kind of boring, right? But a great guide knows how to make that interesting. You start with the fact. Then you add a totally unexpected, intriguing detail, like it was built with sticky rice and oyster shells. And then you bring it home with the payoff. That's why it's still standing today. See? Now it's a story, not just a number. Let's look at the Amping treehouse again. It's a perfect example. The old way to tell it is, this was an abandoned warehouse. Okay, fine. But the new way, the story, you say nature took over. You use powerful words like the banyan trees swallowed the building, turning it into a living sculpture. Now it's not just something that happened in the past. It's a living, breathing thing they can see right now. But being a truly great guide, well, it's more than just being a good storyteller. You have to become a trusted resource. You need to actually make their visit better with some practical insider advice. And that brings us to our third and final pillar, adding value with pro tips. So, what should be in your pro tip toolkit? Well, think about a few key things. Safety tips, like watch your head, show that you care about their well-being. Experience tips, like telling them where the best seat is, help them get the absolute most out of the moment. Recommending the best photo spots? That's always a winner. And of course, local culture tips, like what amazing food they have to try, make the whole experience feel so much more authentic. And this is so important. These little bits of advice are what take you from just being a speaker to being a real trusted guide. It shows you genuinely care about them having a good time. That personal touch builds a connection and makes the whole tour something they'll actually remember. Okay, so we've broken it all down, the 3 key ingredients to an amazing tour script: a great hook, a compelling story, and those invaluable pro tips. We've given you the framework, so now it's your turn to start building. And here it is. One last time, the recipe for a great tour. First, you need that captivating welcome to hook them in. Then, you need a compelling story to keep them fascinated. And finally, you sprinkle in those valuable pro tips to make the experience truly special. That's it. That's the formula. So, the only thing left to do now is practice. Seriously, pick a place you know and love, and start thinking. How can you apply this formula? What's your hook gonna be? What boring fact can you transform into an incredible story? The best way to get good at this is to just start doing it. So, what story are you gonna practice first?